just the same. Katie bore the rude remarks by telling me, we've not done badly for 2 serving girls. You married to a famous poet and me to the Duke of Lancaster. If snobs don't want us at their table, you won't starve. But John Gaunt died, and a son from his first marriage got ambitious. He killed the king and made himself King Henry IV of England. Then he made a law that no one called Bulford could ever sit upon the throne of England. The Bulfords were his own half-siblings. My blood may not be royal, but it can boil. And so could my sister Katie's. She told her brood, these stuck-up arsehole have snubbed me once again. The blood of royalty is in you by your father, John of Gaunt. So, look into every moneyed household and see if there's a vacancy for someone's spouse. And each one of those Bulfords swore to bring the conquerors of Europe to take revenge for Katie. They could not sit upon the throne of England. They'd be the power behind it. So here we are, 12 years later. And darling Geoffrey and Katie have passed on. Even King Henry IV is dead, though he's had a marvelous son, this Henry V. I'm too old to see it all unfold. But my granddaughter, Alice Tosser, and you should get joy from the vendetta Katie started. That law spit right in my sister's face, but she spat right back. Now let me go see if I can find my nephew Tom. Wait here till I see it's safe for you to travel.
Oh, I could hew up rocks and fight with flint. I'm glad to see you here. I'll be your mate. Scarce can I speak, my fury is so great. Where's Edward?
Here, Mother.
Oh, and George? Mother. I'm George, my second son. Nothing not. What's this portrait?
You forbid the mention of the present king. Lawfully must be subject to someone, Mother.
Henry V? What year do you think we are living in? Dysentery took him 30 years ago. Now we're encumbered with his idiot son.
Since Margaret Manchou became his wife, she is the king, though he doth wear the crown.
The king was once so grateful for advice. But now this Queen Henry VI, she causes problems. Our titles and our lands are stripped from us. We are to suffer writ of attainder.
Then 'tis war.
Aye, Margaret's overreached herself this time. Thus, from Ireland, thy father comes to claim his right and pluck the crown from feeble Henry's head.
The White Rose will grapple with the Lancasters.
Turn that portrait round, son. Edward, stand here. Now, that face becomes a future monarch.
And force perforce will make him yield the crown, whose weakling rule hath brought fair England down.
'Tis true. We'll take that dolt from off the throne and snare the female viper that shares his bed.
'Tis said she shares her bed with more than one.
Well, how could she not? She's produced a child, and Henry's talents do not stretch to that.
Little Nettie.
Trying to share thy name.
Aye, they even robbed the name of Edward to make their claim from Edward III seem strong.
Oh, nephew, the Queen has pushed my Duke to fight so she can slay him on the battlefield.
She underestimates thy husband's friends. My darling wife, who sent her love to all of you, had a niece, heiress of the mighty Warwicks, whose early and sudden death has passed the title of those estates to me.
A punion's on thy head.
And yours.
You're meaning.
100 years of war in France is wasted by this king who gave away our hard-earned lands. We let the Henry stay enthroned to keep the peace. But years under Henry VI and his French wife breaks patience. My wealth and newfound armies stand at thy command.
Hey. Neville, you will prove the maker of the kings of England. We'll triumph with the name of Warwick.
Let them obey that know not how to rule.
And thy daughters, oh, they will now be the buds that now will bloom as Warwick. Where are they? Are they here? Ah, Isabel, come in. And come on. Ah, here's my dear son George, a little worse for wear, I see.
Not worse, Mother. By this news I hear from Aunt Isabel. His liquid celebration started early, that's all, dear Aunt.
But for breakfast?
Oh. Come, Duchess. Let's the matter on our minds.
Oh, Warwick, command my sons. I will give lands, goods, horse, armor, anything I have to make my Duke of York this country's king.
Isabel, stand here. See that reflection?
Should it prompt me to reflect?
If Isabel's reflection mirrors mine, my mother flattered me, said that glass foresaw the future king of England.
We must be careful then not to crop the seed.
We must be careful. The king must gain a queen.
Those Beaufort bastards claw another crown.
Mother would wither us to hear that jibe.
Doth she petition yet the Bourgeois Pope for sainthood for fleshy Mistress Swinford?
Who's Mistress Swinford?
Dear Isabel, thy Warwick treasures, they'll have you dancing in the palaces of kings and emperors for your suitors.
The king should dance for us for what we say.
Well played, Isabel. With thy Beaufort in my blood, the Neville blood, and the mighty gold of Warwick, would your grace consider me?
Or me?
Or me?
You fool, it's not the younger ones you choose. You choose the eldest, as then you get the goods.
Anne and I share equally on everything.
No, my brother. Pearls are lost on pigs.
Pearls are lost upon a Swineford.
Why, how now, my brothers? Why the strife?
That bastard blood still marks all three of us.
The thing more clearly marks thyself than us.
What is this quarrel?
No quarrel, but a slight contention
About what?
about the blood that courses through our veins.
I'm puzzled by this talk of bastardy. And your mother says that you will be kings of England. Bastards may not sit upon the throne.
Our blood, through two sons of Edward III, flows to us purely royal, from head to toe.
Oh, Grandma Mortimer, where are Grandpa York? How can you get more royal than that?
We know that the kings descend from John of Gaunt.
Because those cousins took the throne by force. They captured Richard and murdered him.
What family lessons have been missed on you?
Well, I've never heard of a Mistress Swinford.
Oh, tell us.
Oh, yes. Please do.
John Gaunt wed Blanche of Lancaster. That meant gold. Lots of gold. But Blanche died young, and while Gaunt married another wealthy heiress, Katie Swinford, who was a servant in the house, gave birth to John Gaunt's bastards. Then Gaunt, through wives, became the richest man alive.
And Katie?
Lucked out. The heiress died, Gaunt wed the middle-aged whore, Katie, and bribed the Pope to say the little mongrels she had bred were born within the bounds of marriage.
Well, we are Neville, but our grandma's Beaufort.
Oh, I do hope Beauforts did not kill King Richard.
No, because it was a Swinford killed him. One of Katie's other sons called Tom.
Not fair. Tom was just a guard when they jailed Richard.
I heard Tom starved the king to death.
Forced by orders of King Henry IV.
It was Lancasters that murdered Richard.
Why would our father leave us ignorant of this?
Better for future wives and powerful men to see the world only through their husbands' eyes.
Henry doth claim the crown through John of Gaunt, the third surviving son, and York from the second.
And this because the first line was wiped out. Long live thy father, truly England's king.
But he is not thy king, till he be crowned.
What if they're hurt?
Or worse than hurt.
Let's dwell on York and triumphs, not on fear.
But Margaret's vicious.
She killed the couple that fell to fiddling with corpses.
Corpses?
Isabel means Gloucester and his wife.
Gloucester, the brother to Henry V, played with the dead.
Oh, what trash you talk. They did not play with corpses.
They were tried for necromancy.
The Duke of Gloucester wed Eleanor Cobham.
Eleanor Common, and our father dubbed her.
Well, she practiced sorcery, summoning spirits from the dead to help her here. Demons' magic is against our Christian law. Necromancy, the word to prosecute witches, does not mean lusty fiddling with corpses.
We've been teased by father.
To make us laugh, he told us Gloucester diddled with the dead.
My nephew makes such jest to daughters.
Well, why no daughters?
You know it's not the same as sons.
This chart proves that York is king through Mortimer, but Mortimer is descended through a female.
What of that? The lily-livered French afraid of women forbid the female line, but we have no sailor claw.
Which makes us equal to enjoy the same rude jokes as men.
That law's not fair to girls in France.
Even so, Catherine Valois married the man she loved. Whittled by Henry V, she wed a favorite.
Owen Tudor. They say that his hair was black and his eyes were black and Celtic blood ran wildly through his veins.
They threatened him and threatened her, and still she wed the servant she adored.
There's no proof that couple ever married.
Your cousin, Peggy Beaufort, wed their son, and he claims Tudor is his lawful name.
Wise they would be to keep away from court.
But he's half-brother to Henry VI.
And half-bred a servant through that Owen Tudor. Oh, court can hold glories, but much grief for some.
Is true that Richard starved to death?
Oh, Richard was not a hardy specimen.
There's rumors he played around with men.
Who cares who plays with what?
But Gaveston.
Oh, that night-grown mushroom! Think not upon such creatures.
Piers Gaveston had something vile done to him.
And Richard, too. They stuck a burning poker where Gaveston had been.
What dost thou mean?
Uncle's royal rectum took the poker.
Thou hast the wrong king and wrong degenerate.
Which king was it then?
Edward II.
The father of our glorious Edward Turd? I'm sorry, Aunt. Our glorious Edward III.
Edward II, whose wife usurped his throne?
'Tis she who took a lover because the king found much delight in backdoor sex.
Enough. Enough now, Isabel, on family filth. Recall the glories of Plantagenet.
But a poker of the arse, Aunt, does seem harsh.
Not harsh enough for some.
Oh, you mean Queen Margaret.
Oh, that strumpet brings the world into a bed. Some cleansing fire in her private parts would benefit the general population.
You know, they say that upon the death of his first wife, Richard wept mightily for his early loss.
Richard II.
I heard that too.
She died of plague.
My namesake Isabella replaced that wife.
From France.
But who was Richard's favorite male?
Oh, favourites can be dangerous. Made proud by princes. They sometimes act against the power that bred them, but Richard was not deposed by favourites, but because he had no wisdom in him.
Better than no poker in him.